Hello. I think a very good example of a false identity, I could say that is American military soldiers that goes to war. I think that the government has been cocoa washing the American people with the idea that America is the greatest army and strongest military in the world, and it has been labeled that the average proud American has these types of to be and have these types of characteristics of being the egocentrical, the typical war hero with the weapon that to think that that's the best feeling an American can have, and this goes straight to the ego of the people, of feeling strong, superior, patriotic, and that's the ideal way of to be if you want to be respected, idealized, and congratulated by the American people and from the country. They have sold this idea of being that type of American since a very young age through Hollywood movies, video games, series, propaganda, and congratulating the American winning wars through history. So people have adopted and labeled the self, the being the self, to be this proud of military guy and to be a proudly American, that American is just the where they were born, and to be egocentric soldier representing the values that they have absorbed and labeled to themselves. Between the 60s and the 70s, there was a big movement and a lot of historical events, followed by Martin Luther King, that had a dream and an ideal of freedom of slavery, followed by a hippie movement that a lot of awakened young people and brave artists like John Lennon, Jimi Hendrix, and even Muhammad Ali that refused to do his military service enlisted to Vietnam by saying publicly, shoot them for what? That was a very good quote. And the cost of his refusal proved to be very drastic by stripping of his heavyweight title, a suspension from boxing, and a $10,000 fine and a 5-year prison sentence. But he had a point, and this movement was supported by the idea of peace and to think by ourselves instead of blindly follow the oppression of the government and what they told us to do and who they told us to be. After that, I think the government used the drugs that the hippie used for American people because they loved that and they felt free uh, to make money as a business with the drug cartel and drug industry to sell them to the young people to feel free and independent and that was to control young dangerous people to rebel again. They gave them drugs to for people to be dependent on them and keep them stupid and to keep them like sheeps to like zombies. um, and to keep them this state of rebel and freedom they felt doing drugs, but that was just like a government idea they take from that movement, and but at the same time being slaves to that character they wanted to be with that the government told them. And I think that's because America has the biggest business in military weapons, so they have made people want to be that type of American person, that proud American with a AK-47, egocentric, feeling superior to others, and for the government to sell weapons and take them to war for oil or other underground political or under the table subjects of the American government interests.